through. Okay, we are coming back live. We are back live. Sorry for the interruption. Like I said, we are getting used to broadcasting. Tell you, everyone has become a broadcaster. So we're getting used to this. So please join back to this conversation about really taking advantage of this time, redefining yourself, reclaiming your destiny no matter what you go through. This are what I call the breakthrough principles you can apply. In life, really what we need are principles. Life does not happen by chance. Although I believe in miracles, it's not about miracles. Your life will not change just by mere miracle. It will change by principles. And when you begin to understand and to learn some of these life principles mean whatever I apply, you can apply. Whatever anyone applies, you can apply and still get the same results. Principles means it does not select. So you understand the principle, that's it. That's all you need to do is understand the principle. So welcome back. I was talking about this guy, Aaron Ruston, a guy that went on adventure and got his hand stuck in between two rocks and was stuck there for 6 days. Can you imagine that? The pain, the loneliness, the being, separated from your family. For 6 days you're stuck there alone in a forest in between two rocks. And the speed, you're going down a slide and then you're stuck. Lovers of adventure, some of you, the things that you do, some of us would not dare. And so for 6 days he's stuck there and he's asking himself, he's coming to a realization, I have to make a choice. I have to make a choice right now. It's either at the end of the day, I'm going to lose my hand. At the end of the day, if I stay here, I'm going to lose my arm. But if I cut my arm, I may not die. So, whenever life takes you to that place of pain, to that place of powerlessness, like Aaron was, for 6 days, he's stuck there. And by the way, if you're online, I want you to share this with your friends. I want you to share this video, share it with your friends, invite them, let them listen together with you. Don't benefit alone. I want to share something that will help you at this season. You can take advantage of this season. It doesn't have to be a season that, that just leaves you the same or worse than you were before. There are people that will get out of this worse than they were before. There are people that economically right now they're getting better. There are people that right now spiritually they're getting better. There are people who will never forget this season for the rest of their life because this is their turning around. This is their turnaround season. There are people whose relationships will never be the same. I don't know whether it's you. I don't know whether you're going through some turnaround This is a season for your turnaround. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you can type there and encourage someone. You're feeling like this is a plus. This is a plus, it's not a minus for you. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. Let me tell you what I believe. This is one of my core beliefs, that when your creator created you, it's like you have a covenant relationship with your creator. You're going and you come into this planet with a covenant from your spiritual part of you, that you're going to finish this race. You're going to get to the end. This is determined by before even you were born. It's known you're going to finish. But how you finish, the process of it, the journey, it's your decision. God will take you there. Some of us will reach there wounded and bleeding, without our arms and without maybe our limbs, because of our resistance. We resist some of these principles. They are principles of life that if you buy into, no matter what you go through, you will get there. You will get there with a smile on your face. You will get there. And there's a story. There are so many stories. I'm full of stories. The stories of people who've gone through challenging times, and that's why you hear quotes like, "In times of challenge, there are people who grow wings, and there are other people who look for crutches to buy." And I was asking this question before you were interrupted. Are you growing wings to fly to your destiny? And you have no idea the potential that you carry within you. You've no idea. I'm a testimony. You've no idea. You have no idea what you carry within you. Some of us, our own success is our curse. Our own success is actually what will keep us from never experiencing our greatness. Just because you've started a company and you've 100 employees and people called you the boss, doesn't mean you've seen your greatest potential. You ain't seen nothing yet. You are loaded. And if you allow yourself the humility to use this moment, this time, to go within, to rediscover yourself, you'll be so amazed on the greatness within you. You've been created with huge magnitude of greatness. And when you learn the principle of taking 100% responsibility, no matter what you go through, you take responsibility for your life. I want you to know that you're not a victim of circumstances. Although most of our upbringing, we are cultured and coached to be victims. We are coached and cultured to look for someone to blame. We blame our parents. We blame our bosses. We blame our friends. We are cultured to blame. It's so easy. It's our weak point to look for someone to blame. Let me tell you, all of us, that version of you exists within you. It's you to make a choice what version of you you're going to get out. And let me tell you, after Corona, there are versions that are unacceptable. In Jesus' name. There are versions of you that are just unacceptable. You cannot go through. Can you imagine the guy that went through what he went through, even losing his arm? And then still allowing a lower version of himself to show up. Thank God for this guy. Because after that encounter with death, almost near-death experience, he got more money than he has made with 2 arms. He got more money with one hand than the time he made with 2. How has your 2 arms, your 2 hands helped you? You see, some of us, we want to be safe to the grave. We are tiptoeing to the grave. We are tiptoeing safely. We want to arrive safely. Safe with our 2 legs and 2 arms. let me tell you, you better lose a part of you and leave a mark on this planet. Please, don't just be a statistic. You came, you lived, you died. No, we are here to make a mark. And challenges are our partners. Challenges partner with you to help you. This is time to find your highest calling. Even for those of you that believe you found your calling, you've not found nothing yet. If you're still here, you're still breathing, I believe I've not even begun to scratch the greatness stored within me. I've not even begun to define. We are not even in the introduction. We are just beginning to create the outline of this book. You have not seen anything yet. And the reason I was saying some of us, our success will be our enemy, is because we get a certain amount of success and then we settle. Then we say, this is it, this is who I am, and we define ourselves by that success. And sometimes coronavirus, this COVID-19 situation is coming to tell you, you got more than what you started. You got more than what you thought you have. You got more than your identity. You got more than the way people have defined you. There's more to you. There's more to you, and God is taking you to a place where you can unleash more power, more joy, more awareness, more goals, more dreams that are in touch with you. Maybe some of the dreams you've been living are out of pressure and out of pain. Now you're being taken to a place where even your own money may not save you. And you have to find greatness that is beyond the calculations of what you have. And this is the moment you go within. You go within. Okay, so let's go now to this responsibility. How do we learn to adopt this principle of personal growth and development? Responsibility, I see it as two words: response and ability. Response and ability. So in everything you go through, because I tell people this and they don't like it that much. When I tell you, you're responsible for your life. You're responsible for the outcome of your life. Now, if you don't like your life, you don't like me right now. You're responsible for the outcome of your life. When your life is good, you feel so good. Yeah, I am. I am. That's me. But when you're going through tough times and someone tells you you're responsible for your life, what do I mean? And what do, coaches mean when they talk about responsibility? Because every great coach that you ever meet will put you in a place of responsibility, because your life will never change as long as you've not reached a point where you're taking 100% responsibility for your life. It will not change. In other words, your life, your destiny is in your hands. Your destiny is in your hands. You think you've been waiting on God. God is waiting on you to believe, to take responsibility for your life. Because if it was all up to God, then God would be unfair with some of us who are doing better than most of us. But then it's a responsibility. So responsibility has got two words: responsibility. That is a gift from God. No matter what you will ever go through, there's one thing that you'll always have: responsibility. You'll always have that. One will never, ever be snatched away from you. But then we give it away when we become victims of circumstances. I talk to people who've been through things that I don't even like talking about, like rape. And I tell them, even when you experience something as evil and bad as a rape, you have responsibility. You have an ability to respond on how this impacts your destiny. Responsibility means You have ability to respond on how this season of coronavirus and COVID-19, as it's being called, impacts your destiny. All of us, we have response ability. And it's only that we've given it away. We give it away the moment you feel no and begin to blame someone, blame the government, then you give away your response ability. But right now, this moment, and every moment of your life, I want you to know, hey, I want you to know you have response ability. No matter what you go through, you can decide, you can respond. You can respond in a certain way. There's no limitation to how you can respond. There's no limitation of options of response. There's no limitation. You have response ability. Anytime, I want you to know that's your power. That's your power. No matter what people do to you, you have response ability. No matter how people treat you on social media, no matter what comments they put on your video, you have response ability. That's a gift from our Creator. Thank God for response ability. Anytime you can respond. And that's why take time before you respond. Some of us don't respond well because we are on autopilot. We are always using the old brain. So our response ability is not there. So we end up blaming people. Why did you do this? Because of you, I feel like this. Because of you, because of what you did. Because of you, look at my life. Look at what you did to my family. Let me tell you, even if those people are rightly to be blamed, you have response ability. You that is staying in that relationship where you've been hurt year after year after year, let me tell you, you have response ability. Tell me, how are you going to respond? Because I can't make that decision for you. I cannot make that decision for you. For you that is in that relationship where you're saying, I'm tied here forever, you have response ability. That ability is there, is waiting for you to take advantage of it and write down, what options do I have right now? What options do I have in my career? Some of us, our destiny is being redefined right now. We will never be the same. You're not going to the same career you were before. After this corona, you may not go to the same place. And some of us will begin to blame people, begin to blame corona, begin to blame God, blame the devil, blame the government. Or maybe your government is part of the devil's, blame. You have a choice. You have a responsibility. That's the choice of how you respond. You have a choice on how you respond to this life. This guy, Aaron Ruston, made a different choice and his life changed forever. Thank you for watching and see you again here at Breakthrough with Jeff.